Tasha K, you another one. You another one. I've tried to keep my peace with you, okay? But Tasha K, I want you to know this, and you can put this on record, okay? You can put this on record. The next time I publicly see you, I am going to walk up to you and I'm going to it out of you, and then I'm already just throw my setup and be ready to fight your husband. And the sad part about it is I actually like your husband a lot. I have no problems with your husband. You, on the other hand, Tasha, you the same raggedy that every time you see me in public, it never fails. Every time you see me in public, you run up in my face trying to be my friend.
Baby, these YouTube streets have been on fire lately and the bloggers are beefing, baby. Funky Dineva knocked on Tasha K's door and said, B, catch me outside. And he came down hard on her for playing with his name. I kid you not, he straight up told Tasha that he would whoop her behind and then straight up do the same to her husband because he's tired of Tasha throwing stones and hiding her hands when it comes to their relationship. But what did Tasha K really do? She kept going on and on with the shenanigans, making fun of Dineva and calling him emotionally immature.
The most money, I can tell you right now, the most money Funky has ever made, right, was when he was doing that TLC scamming shit.
Oh, with Coach Stormy.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, he stopped doing it?
Yeah, it had to. All the products got pulled down except for the tea. The nurses was losing their jobs because it was CBD and their test was coming up positive for marijuana and stuff.
But Tasha should have just really gotten the temporary restraining order like he told her, because Funky was all smoke and he is really gonna jump her. Child, I don't know how Tasha K moves around, knowing that she's offended so many people, and now one of them is finally coming for her. Not too long ago, Funky Dineva jumped onto his live and was dragging the life out of Michelle Brown. Now, the two of them have been having issues for close to 10 years now, so him dragging her wasn't really a surprise. But as soon as he turned his attention to Tasha K and the way he spoke about her, you just knew that he had something to get off his chest, and he had been trying to get it off his chest for a while. Tasha and Funky run in some of the same circle of friends in Atlanta, and from Funky's end, you could say that the two of them were kind of friends. They've helped each other out in business dealings, and he's always made it a point to not talk about other YouTubers or bloggers, especially the people that he personally knew, like Tasha K, since he ain't want no beef with them. They were sort of off limits, you know? But the same couldn't be said about Tasha. She would smile in his face when they would meet in public, and then when he would turn his back, she would throw all kind of snide comments in his direction. But what really burnt their relationship was when it came to the Flame Monroe situation. Because when she was on The Breakfast Club, Flame said some stuff that Funky felt was very anti-LGBTQIA+, and anti-trans. So he called out Flame for trying to pander to straight men and saying stuff that negatively impacted their community. According to Funky, that's all he did, but what he said upset Flame so much that she started going around spreading all kind of rumors about Funky. Flame called him a crackhead and said that he was a mess and would discourage anyone from getting to know him. So when Funky heard that Flame was going to be on Fox Soul, he immediately checked out. He wasn't going to be on the same show with somebody who had said such vile things about him over the course of several years. No. When Funky did leave Fox Soul, Tasha K stepped in and tried to mediate the situation. She called Funky to suggest that both he and Flame come on her show and settle their differences. She also wanted to record their phone conversation and wanted Funky to do it for the culture. But the only culture that Tasha K was thinking about was the one that was lining her own pockets. Based on what Funky said, Tasha wanted to use their interview to promote her new app. When he said he wasn't down for it, that's when he realized that Flame and Tasha were already in it together, and the phone conversation was being recorded to set him up to catch him in the act if he said anything shady. Ciao. Even when he said he wasn't interested in the interview, Tasha K still had Flame on there, and the only thing they did was bash Funky until the camera stopped rolling.
There's rumors that there's an underlying beef between you and Funky Dineva.
That ain't no rumor, that's fact.
It's fact.
First of all, you said a very prolific statement when you were telling me what you just said. He left of his own accord. That's it right there. But you're so disgruntled and so angry because what is the adage in Hollywood? The show must go on. They had a great trio with her and Claudia and Al. They did. That was a great trio, and they worked together comfortably. So you removed your component from the, but then you want to get upset when they bring in guests in. She's not upset that they brought other guests in. She's upset that they brought my black ass in.
And Funky and Tasha's relationship hasn't really been the same since. When she reposted a picture of him with his drawers down in the bathroom, she said that the baseboards were dirty, trying to insinuate that Funky was a dirty person. And that was what set him off real bad. He realized that Tasha wasn't his friend and had never been on his side, and couldn't even pay him the same courtesy of not talking about him the same way that he kept her off limits.
And I said to her, Tasha, I don't want to talk to you. I'm not interested in being friends with you. Tasha's response was, Funky Dineva, how can you say that? You don't know me on a personal level. And I said to her, and you've done enough for me to not want to know you on a personal level. I don't want to be your friend.
But did Tasha K care? Of course she didn't. She's been a blogger long enough to have her fair share of people calling her out and not see that there's anything wrong with it. So she ain't bothered. She showed up on Michelle Brown's live and said that she and Funky had never been friends. He wasn't someone she considered close to her, and they only knew each other ever since they had moved in the same circles.
Like, I really feel bad for him. He's really losing it. He's been, ever since that whole Foxhole thing went down, he's been wearing his emotions on his sleeve.
She also went on to taunt Funky, claiming that the house that he was staying in was actually rented rather than bought, like he said. Then she added insult to injury by insinuating that buying a house in Atlanta was easy for anyone to do, except for Funky, since his credit score was in the dumps and he spent most of what he had earned on crack. I mean, Funky Dineva has done some reckless spending at times, so Tasha K ain't lying there. But what she said was a lot. She also claimed that Funky Dineva brought home about $20K per month, and the most money he had ever made in his life came from the TLC scam he did with Coach Stormy, even though he later backed away, and she continued.
We're friends. We've never been friends, don't get me wrong. Like, I've never hung out with him personally. We've only talked about business on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Little beefs here and there, but nothing serious. Like, he's met Shaq, he's never met my kids, nothing like that, right?
And girl, Tasha K wasn't done.
Right down. He's so emotionally immature. Like, I saw him talking about, you ain't got more than him. That's what he does. He like tries to flage, and it's like, you really not flaging like that. Like, it's not like that. Dude, I'm in bankruptcy and I still bring in over $1 million a year. Like, don't play with me.
The beef started because he got upset that I'm friends with Flame Monroe. I have never been Funky's friend. Never. I've helped him. He's helped me. But I've helped him more. He has an issue with women in general, and especially black women. And like I said, he's tried to be one to build his brand. And now I see why Michelle stays on his ass the way that, Dick and Diarrhea stay on his ass. Because
this is a whole level of messy that no one saw coming. And Funky has really had it up to here with Tasha K's antics. And the people aren't even trying to take Tasha K's side because it looks like she's had this coming for a while. Funky Dineva Super Saiyan on that lady last night. It was a long time coming, and that wasn't even his final form. LMAO, say what you want about his faults, but he told no lies. Funky Dineva, please let that funky hoe be miserable. You're too vital. You don't have to slap her. She's suffering enough. Funky Dineva threatening to slap Tasha K and fight her husband immediately after had me screaming in bed. Child, this is one heck of a fight no one saw coming. But if you were to pick a side, whose side are you on? Sound off in the comments and make sure you like and subscribe, because we'll be back with more updates about this drama. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, baddies.